Right, mate. So we're just going to the Evil Within lock-in.
Can't wait.
What do you think? What do you think it's going to be like?
I think it's the new home of survival horror. That is my prediction. Yeah, I think Resident Evil is just going to get wiped off the map.
It probably will. It almost is anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the Resident Evil have made a good decision going back to 1, but I think the Evil Within. I think my heart lies there at the minute.
It's going to be it.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm super excited to play it.
Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good. Like, I'm a bit nervous because I'm expecting something really they're going to put one of the biggest scares in it, or not the biggest, but they're going to put something quite.
There's definitely going to be a jump scare in it.
There's going to be a boss. I guarantee that. It'll be just a demo. I reckon it's going to be a suspenseful demo. Basically nothing's going to happen for ages, and then you're just going to get chased by that big eight-legged monster.
I think that chase scene that's been going about the internet is going to be it.
So we've just got back from the Evil Within lock-in event at Game. We went and played the game for about 20-25 minutes. We played Chapter 9 in the story. You found a big mansion that looks very much like the mansion from Resident Evil 1.
I was thinking that when I was playing it.
When you go in, I mean, there's the dining room, which with the fireplace at the bottom of the dining room, which is almost scene for scene from the original Resident Evil film.
Yeah.
It's mental. But yeah, it's good, wasn't it?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. The way, to say it was only one chapter, it really set the atmosphere up quite well.
Yeah.
I think they've done really well to pick which chapter we got to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just real good, intense. Basically, they give us an instructional video, what you're going to do, and basically it says you pretty much have to run or you're going to get killed, basically.
Yeah. I mean, there's you get, in what we played, we got a bit of a stab at one of the puzzles in the game, which was, there's a door that has, it's locked and you can't get into it, and it's got, 3 cylinders on it, and then you have to go and find these, brains, and you've got to put this probe in a certain part of the brain, that leaks fluid, and then you do all 3 to open the door. So we actually did all 3, but then our time ran out, so we couldn't get through, could we? So that bit I thought that was a pretty cool puzzle. What did you think?
Yeah, I think there's, what I got from it was that it's kind of it's forcing you to do these things which are, unhumane, basically. Yeah. Because, these brains, these was people, and it's forcing you to put stuff, obviously, alter these people's brains. Obviously, it's just the head anyway, but, you can see one of the eyes moving in one of them, and it's kind of forcing you to do bad things. I'm not sure what the story's going to be, but I think it's it's trying to make him into a bad person. I'm not sure. This just could be my speculation, but it does make you think. These puzzles are so grotesque. It's definitely gone to a really dark place. I do like it because it's kind of freaky out. It's you don't want to do the puzzle, but you know you have to.
Yeah, I think they're trying to make the player feel awkward. You felt awkward while you was doing the puzzle, because when you found each brain, a stereo plays, of audio log plays, and it sort of tells you the part of the brain where you need to stick this probe, but you have to know the areas of the brain, because the first one it talks about is it where it's about personality, isn't it? It's where the personality is developed in the brain, and that's the bit where you have to stick the probe. And I can't remember what the other 2 were. I think the last one, it was trial and error, wasn't it? Where you was just stabbing the probe in wherever.
Oh yeah, I think in game, they're gonna have a map to show you where you need to put it or something like that. 'Cause I'm sure I saw something like that in one of the trailers.
Yeah.
But I just think they just made it like that just for the sake of more intense, because you don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I think that was the sake of it. They're throwing you in the deep end. You do not know what to do in these situations.
No. I was going to say about the combat in the game. it feels a bit like wishy-washy, doesn't it? Like you can't, when you aim your gun, you've not got tight aiming with your gun, which makes it more intense because you're worrying about where the shots are and the zombies are running at you and you're trying to kill them, and it just gets a bit intense.
Basically, I just thought it just set the mood really well. Like the first thing you do is you walk in real slow. It's in black and white to start off with, and then this obviously this figure appears and it messes everything up, and the screen changes. So I don't know what's happening with I think it's something to do with dimensions. It goes between dimensions.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure. It could be all in his head, but I'm not 100%. This is just guesswork because you're just walking down this rocky road, and there's nothing for miles, and then this kid walks past, and then everything changes, and then there's the mansion right in front of you. So it set the scene really good. I thought it was really dark area. You couldn't run at that point. You could only walk, so it's forcing you. There's definitely throwbacks to the Resident Evil. Obviously with the mansion, like you said, you go through the dining room and it's to the left, and it's exactly the same sort of layout. I thought the puzzles was really good. They're really dark. Obviously, to complete these puzzles, you have to mess with people's brains and stuff like that. Pierce the brains to dispel the evil that they've got in their heads and stuff like that. I thought that was a really good feature because it's kind of forcing you to do bad things to human people to advance in the game. So it's you almost don't want to do it, but you have to, or you're going to be stuck in the same place.
Yeah.
I think the tone, the sound is brilliant. The sound, it made me jump actually. I think I jumped once, maybe twice, I can't remember, but I definitely jumped once, and I don't jump that much in games really, so I was really surprised at that. I think the haunted, whatever they call them, the brilliant, obviously the only way you can kill them is if you set them on fire when they're on the floor. But what I found is you're just better off running away, because you only get limited ammo, so I just ran away from every one of them practically.
Yeah.
Apart from the big one at the end, which was right in front of me, and I couldn't do nothing about it. Yeah, that was a shock. But I just think just the way it's set out, the look of the game, the feel of the game, it's just so dark and eerie, and it's kind of sort of minimalistic in the sound, but it works really well because it's it just adds more ear, it just makes it real eerie.
Yeah.
I liked the puzzles. I liked everything about it. It was just an amazing game. I do agree. I think the controls was a bit wishy-washy. Weird.
Yeah.
Because the shooting and stuff like that, there was running at me, and it's I had to shoot them and stuff like that. But I think they've done that based on is a new detective in it. That's what I got told.
I think that's a throwback from old Resident Evil games, because when you look at the old Resident Evil games, it was really difficult to kill the zombies because of the camera angles, and you could shoot up or down, and that's all you had to do. So I think they've put that in because that again builds tension, because there's 3 zombies running at you, and they're really hard to shoot because they can move quicker than you can aim your gun.
Obviously, it's only one chapter we've seen. We did see a video before, describing, showing basically different scenes from the game and stuff like that, how it all kind of turns out. And I thought that was a real good lead into the demo chapter we've got to do tonight. Yeah. I would have liked 5 more minutes. If I'd have had 5 more minutes, I'd have got through that big door. I was so gutted I couldn't get through, but like I said, after I watched you play it, I just thought, right, if I just rush through it, I'll get a bit further. So I just avoided all the zombies. It kind of worked, I guess, but I'm guessing there's going to be some you can't avoid. But
yeah.
I'm so excited for it. It's definitely survival horror. It's come back. It's so good.
It's old. It reminds me just of an old school Resident Evil.
Yeah, it's the game Resident Evil 5 and 6 should have been.
Yeah, it definitely is.
But I am looking forward to the Resident Evil Revelations 2, but I'm not. This is going to be. I think this series is just going to be massive. I think. It's got everything, like, just when you go through a door, like, there could be someone on the other side and you don't even know it. It's like, kind of, they come through the doors as well. They don't walk through the door. They're actually running through the doors. The doors shoot open, which like nearly caught me off guard. But I've got like the whole, right, I'm having my gun out as soon as I go through this door thing. So But I thought that was a really good feature, because like you don't see that much really. Like usually the door opens and then they come through.
What's up, everybody? It's Steve here. At the end of the video we recorded yesterday after playing Evil Within, we had a few technical problems, and we lost macca, and then my internet went down, and we couldn't get anything else done or recorded. So this is me just filling you in on a little bits that we wanted to talk about that we didn't get a chance to talk about. One of the things was that when we was playing the game, a guy would randomly appear at different times and like chase us, and you have to like hide under a table or in a cupboard or something like that. And I played it through first, then Mac played it through, and like each time he turned up at a different time, which we thought that was quite new and quite different and helps build tension. We hope you enjoyed watching this video. Sorry it's been a mashup. And let us know in the comments if you're looking forward to The Evil Within, and if you've played it at one of these lock-in events or another event, and let us know what you think about it.